Daenerys Targaryen. She says she is the mother of dragons. But would you trust her with your kids? Her father was a maniac. She palled around with Dothraki terrorists. She asked the city of Karth for a government bailout. Then she lost 3 baby dragons after placing them in an unlocked wooden box. An unlocked wooden box. This Khaleesi wants to be queen of the 7 kingdoms, but can she be trusted? Daenerys Targaryen. Wrong for dragons. Wrong for the realm. Paid for by the Committee to Protect Dragons.
We don't know anything about him.
He was never really vetted.
Is he really the true-born son of Robert Baratheon?
All over the 7 kingdoms, people are asking the same question. Who is the real King Joffrey? The people of Westeros are hurting. Winter is coming. Crop yields are falling, and the price of fuel is going up.
The cost of peat moss is through the thatched roof.
And this young and inexperienced king takes advice from a whoremongering imp and has launched an illegal war in the north. What is King Joffrey hiding? This is not our kind of family values. King Joffrey. What a bastard.
What a bastard.
Paid for by the young Baratheons for freedom. Robb Stark. He's the biggest celebrity in the North. But his father was a traitor. He arrested his own mother. His bastard brother deserted the Night's Watch. And he couldn't defend his own castle. Worst of all, Robb Stark hasn't stopped the wildlings from invading our lands and taking our jobs. He even has an illegal alien for a nanny. And now he wants to be king in the North? King? Some people say he's really a wolf. Some people say he eats dead people. We can't wait until it's too late. Send a raven to Winterfell now and tell Robb Stark to go back home. Stop eating dead people and defend the damn wall. This ad paid for by Crossbows GPS.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
When you can't find anything to watch on cable, you get bored. When you get bored, you listen to radio cooking shows. When you listen to radio cooking shows, you invite a friend over for dinner. When you invite a friend over for dinner, you use twice as many beans. When you use twice as many beans, you expel deadly farts that kill your friend's dog. When you kill your friend's dog, your friend becomes unstable. When your friend becomes unstable, you're sued for everything you're worth. When you're sued for everything you're worth, you're thrown to the streets. When you're thrown to the streets, you devote your life to world domination. When you devote your life to world domination, you become an evil fascist overlord. When you become an evil fascist overlord, old friends plot their revenge. When old friends plot their revenge, you are shot in the back of the head. And when you're shot in the back of the head, you miss your jazzercise appointment. Don't miss your jazzercise appointment. Upgrade to Indirect TV. Go online or call 1-800-IRECT-TV.
Millions of Americans every day are shedding unwanted pounds by taking tested and proven Ultra Lipo Stick. Carbohydrates are bad. Our carbo-fighting antioxidant is good. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My name is Gail, and I lost like 20 pounds on Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Jared, and I lost 46 pounds using Ultra Lipo Stick.
My name is Zach, and I actually gained weight. This stuff sucks!
Ultra Lipo Stick is safe and easy to inject. Just 3 doses 4 times a day discreetly underneath your fingernail. Listen to this.
I used Ultra Lipo Stick and suffered from side effects like uncontrollable greasy discharge.
Ultra Lipo Stick, it turned the armpits of all of my shirts orange. This stuff is crap.
Try it today and see some real results. Ultra Lipo Stick. Not available in stores. Results may vary.
Zinc Media. Feel the power of knowledge.
Most politically incorrect black man on the planet, Rod Eccles.
Well, hello, my fellow Americans and all of my fellow liberty lovers across the globe. It is I, your lovable host, El Rod, coming to you live from my bunkerized home studio somewhere within the great grand estate of New Hampshire, where the state motto is still live free or die. It is not big government or bust. It is a Thursday, May the 14th in the year of our Lord 2015, as we continue on to the second hour of the fastest 2 hours on internet radio right here on the Rod Eccles Show. The number that you can call to join me live is toll-free 603-835-3224. Again, that's 603-835-3224. I think I need to move off of the subject of, well, look, ethics is huge. I don't think it should be able to float with the wind. I know it can be subjective, but let's face it, ethics are based on what is right and what is wrong. And if you start fiddling with what's right and what's wrong, well, your ethics are going to be able to float as well. And it's you can't have a society that's based on floating morals or mores. It can't stand. You can't make good public policy. You can't make good public law. You can't keep families together. Because somebody might think, look, there is right and wrong in the world, in the universe. There is right and wrong. There is black and white. I believe that there is no gray area. The only reason why we say there's gray area is because, because we might want to do it. And we don't ever want to. It's kind of like, putting it in perspective, it's kind of like a lot of people voted for Obama because they didn't want to be construed as being a racist. Well, that's dumb. Because now you're changing the meaning of the word racist. You're floating it off someplace to where it should not be. So, and it's come back to bite us. So now that every time you disagree with this man, oh, you're a racist. Well, but you try to argue back and say, no, because when Bill Clinton put forth these same policies, Hillary Care, Obamacare, I was against Hillary Care and I was against Obamacare. Oh, you're against Obamacare because you're racist. Because you voted for him to prove that you were not a racist, But that in and of itself shows a racial tendency. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then once you did that, you got trapped. Once the country did that, the country got trapped because they successfully shifted the meaning of the word racism to mean that you just, you're against this president. And they shifted it to mean, well, maybe you didn't like Obamacare, and maybe you didn't like Hillary Care even more than you didn't like Obamacare. But you know what? You're racist for not liking it from this president. That's where they shifted it to. And we the people, allowed them to let a few... Look, very simple. There are a few people, very few people in the whole grand scheme of, the 330 million people in this country, in the grand scheme of who the elite liberals are, who have the voice and dictate the narrative. They're the ones that decided that they were going to shift the meaning of the word racism and racist. And now they've watered it down and shifted it so far away from its original meaning that it can encompass anything. And they're doing the same thing with sexism and being a sexist. Obama just got slapped. He got slapped in the face. People saying, you're a racist, right? You're a sexist because you used her first name. And since when is it construed to be sexist by calling somebody by their first name simply because they're a woman? When the whole reality is you're sexist by saying that to begin with. But that's not where they shifted the narrative and the meaning. They shifted it to say that if you call a woman by her first name, you're a sexist. Well, she has a name, right? If you don't call her by her name, I would assume that that's kind of being rude. That you don't think enough of the person by calling them by their name that their parents gave them. The name that they've used all their life. So now we can't call a woman by her first name because that would be construed as being sexist. You can't oppose Obama's policy because that would mean you're racist. And now we're finding through polls that the reason for all of this is because everybody's mores and morals are now floating. There's nothing is tied down anymore. Everybody, well, no, there's just a bunch of gray areas. No, look, I have never bought into the notion that, there's no right and wrong. There's no black and white. It's all gray. No, there's black and white. That's all there is. Either it's right or it's wrong. Period. Well, Rod, we can always shift what we think is right and what is wrong. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And nations, not just the United States, nations are falling apart because of it. We're seeing the rise of radical Islam because of it. Look, everything in this world is connected. Everything. It's like the old Chinese proverb, a hurricane on one side of the world begins with but a flap of a butterfly's wing on the opposite side. I paraphrase, but you know the saying. There are, it's kind of like, Josh Hartnett, what is it? The Butterfly Effect movie. There are ripples throughout society and throughout time for everything that you do. There are ripples. What you do today will affect you and those who come into contact with you for as long as you live and beyond. You will. It's just a ripple effect. So if you decide that one day, for instance, millennials, we know are putting off marriage, and many of them are just saying, why should I get married? What is marriage? Not even